Well, hello, boys and girls, and anybody else who finds these types of videos interesting. This is me working again, I guess. I'll call it that. I have in the shop, I've already took it apart and diagnosed it. But I have in the shop a pile of shit. PMX602M that just has to be repaired. I will have a fix for this. It's called throw it straight in the trash. But okay, they're paying for it and I'm repairing it. So here's our amplifier board and here's our culprits right here. Good thing about these cheap sets like this is all the part numbers are labeled on the board, because it's very hard to actually read the numbers off of this. So we have a bad Toshiba 1943 power transistor. I think that's the PNP one, and I think the other one's an NPN. The 5200 is bad. That's this pair. I have already ordered them. And also, as a precautionary, I'm going to change these two pre-drivers out. That's a C2073 and an A940. And an SO22, and this thermistor is good, and the amount of heat shrink compound is just wonderful on this. It's all over me. It's on the desk down here. I fucked the pads up. I can get back on that one, but I'm going to have to sand and bend the pin on that one to get it back on. These are good. This thing has definitely seen some heat. This stud is, the ESR and the capacitors are all good. Checked them. We have our 5-volt regulator, positive 5 volts here, positive 12 and a negative 12. These are all good. This op amp is good. Relay's good. Everything else is good but these drivers. Now, something else that was really screwy with this is that someone had soldered wires here and run off to the input and cut the thing that was there. Where'd it go? It's right here. And here is the plug that was in there. Someone has cut the mate and lock like that. So I'm going to be repairing that or changing this whole thing out or something. And here's the other half of the cable, which someone has cut that one, and it plugs into the actual input board right here. They had wire soldered onto here. They also had this desoldered and another set of wires running paired up with this. Did not match the schematic at all, and it was all being hot jumped onto here and then hot snotted down. And you can imagine this is the main the input deal, the MP3 player here, which is its own little async USB thing. And you have all your mixer, mic input, 6 channels, yada yada yada. This is going to sit back over there until the parts come in. Actually, I set it up here. Now I have enough wires and parts to different chassis to where I could probably, I don't know, maybe improvise another set of lines for this to go in there. But to cut that is just completely noobish and stupid. And I don't know who worked on this last, but obviously they didn't know what in the hell they were doing. Here's the heat sink for that mess. I know Pyle is a pretty cheap PA, sound device company, but they're not that fucking cheap. I mean, come on. There's no sense in that. Whoever did that, definitely a novice and ham-fist soldered it. I've cleaned the solder up in the flux off of this, and then we'll go in and get these off. And when all the parts come in, whenever they fucking decide to come in from China, I'll be putting it back together and doing a test, and you'll get to see all of that. And either the magic smoke is going to come out or it's not going to come out. I don't know. But until then, I'm Elf, Elfnet Designs, and that's the end of this episode of this repair.